Well, good morning, everyone. And once again, welcome to another live here this morning. Hope you're having a great start to your day. Have you had your vitamin C? Oh, coffee. Brahim, how are you doing, buddy? Eric from Ottawa, good morning. Appreciate you guys coming on. Sandy, good morning to you. And who else is on with us this morning? Say hello to Michael from Norland. Louise, how are you? And Sandra from Morelia, good morning. Nativity, nice to have you on here. Paul from Edmonton. Madeleine, Kippawa, Quebec. Wendy, Markham. And Shelley from Kansas. And Yvonne, how are you? Elaine, good morning. Barbara from Kansas. And Carol from West Virginia. And Nick from our staff, good morning. Frida, Devlin. And Adeline, LaSalle. Nick, oh, I already said hello to you, Nick. Bruno, good morning. Laurie and Ryan from Sarasota, not from Tampa. Fran, Orangeville. Chantal, Ottawa. And Zien, good morning. Huguette, bonjour. And Donna from Park Hill. And who was that? Bowmanville, I didn't see the name. Jeanette from our staff. And Nellie, good morning. And Kevin, there he is. Back from his golfing trip. Good morning. Mary, Norwich. I know I missed a few there. Just, it gets up into the clouds. I can't see it. Deb, good morning. Donna from Bell Valley. And Sherry from Mississauga. And Louise, good morning. Oh, I already said hello to you. Diane, LaSalle. Liette, how are you? And Barbara from Atlanta. Darlene. Waxaw, and I didn't see it. Fran, Valcara, Wanda. Oh, Wanda, I think I said hello to you. Manette, how are you? Okay, couple more. Megan, Missouri. Sonia, good morning to you. Ginny, how are you? Loud and clear, she says. Good. And Danny and Mara. Good morning to you guys. Marcia, hola, from Mexico. Regina, good morning. And Robin from Connecticut. And Joanne, Port Salerno. Donna, good morning. Lots of Donnas. And Anne. And Gail. Couple more guys and we'll get going. Corrine, Newfoundland. Micheline, bonjour. Georgie, Halifax, Nova Scotia. And Deborah. And Yolande. I was waiting on you, Yolande. And Wendy, good morning. Wendy said I missed her again. April. And I can't see. Shelley. And Bonnie. Okay, couple more. Jeanette from Kapuskasing. Marlene, nice to have you on. And Wanda from Ridgeway. And Kathy from Sturgeon. And Victoria. Okay, today. And Yami. How are you, Yami? Frida. Sudbury. Never heard of it. Kim from Timmins. Hi, Kim. How are you? And Gertie. There's Gertie from Burlington. Leela. Hello. Cheryl, West Virginia. Carol from Wasaga Beach. Let's go swimming. Margaret. Okay. Daphne. Now, today, guys, I want to do a little bit of teaching. Okay? And I'm going to tell you why I'm going to do it. Okay? I'm going to tell you why I'm going to do it. Because this statement came out. Listen to this, okay? So we are this is an approved statement, okay? Put out by the FDA on fish oil, okay? Fish oil. And it's an approved statement by the FDA. Fish oil, EPA, and DHA, I'll teach you that in a minute, reduce the risk of high blood pressure and coronary heart disease. And this is an approved statement by the FDA. The FDA, when it comes to natural, they never approve anything. Okay, they don't. And when you sell supplements in Canada or the United States, and Canada's a little different because Canada has what they call NHP numbers, and that means those things have been approved. But if you ever see commercials for supplements in the United States, they'll go, this statement has not been approved by the FDA. Okay? They just put that out as a disclaimer. But listen to this again. This is a statement on fish oil. Okay? EPA fish oil and DHA fish oil. Okay? I'll get into this in a minute. Reduce the risk of high blood pressure and coronary heart disease. An approved statement by the FDA. Now, today's teaching is going to show you the difference between, fat. Okay? There's good fat and there's bad fat. Now, I want to show you, this is 1 pound of fat. See it? Everybody see that? 1 pound of fat. Okay? This here, is bad fat. Fat found around your organs. We call it visceral fat. Okay? That's bad fat. Now, I got out one of our capsules, high DHA, and I'm showing it to you. See it? Okay? Looks like fat inside there, right? Okay, so there's 1 pound of fat. I'm putting the fish capsule beside it. See that? Looks like visceral fat, but this is good fat. And even the FDA lets us say it. Okay? Incredible. Because they don't let you say anything. Okay? But a statement approved by the FDA. This is good fat. Why? Because it contains good fat inside of it. Good oil. Okay? So bad fat, inside the body, visceral fat, good fat, inside this capsule. Now let me explain the difference. Okay? Let me explain it to you, and we'll try and keep it as simple as possible. Now, when I say bad fat, I mean fat around your organs. Okay? One of the signs of metabolic syndrome is visceral fat or belly fat. You can be skinny as a rake and not be healthy because you can have fat on the inside around your organs, your heart, your liver, your pancreas, your kidneys. That's called visceral fat. And metabolic syndrome, guys, you know this, is caused by insulin resistance. And insulin resistance a lot of times creates this bad fat inside the body. Okay? Bad fat. Now, why is this? Okay, I'm showing you 1 pound of fat for those listening on a podcast. Okay? 1 pound of fat. Why is this thing, why is this visceral fat so dangerous? Okay? Couple of reasons. Let's go over them. Why is people, I was reading, let me just get it out because I want to give it to you, the actual statistic. 1 out of 5 teens in the United States are obese. Okay? So they got lots of this. 1 out of 5 teens in the United States are obese. Obesity is rampant. But again, I'm not even necessarily talking about obesity because, most people, 93% of the population, 93%, have some form of metabolic syndrome. And one of the characteristics of metabolic syndrome is they have bad fat around their organs. It's called visceral fat. Now, why is this fat dangerous? Okay, I've often taught this, but I'm using a visual this morning, so I want you to understand this, okay? There's two main things when you see visceral fat, or if someone has what we call metabolic syndrome, 93% of the population do. This is so important to understand this. When you look at this, 1 pound of fat, okay? I got 5 pounds back home. Okay? This is 1 pound. 1 pound. What is so special? What is so dangerous about this fat? 2 things. 1, this releases growth hormones. Okay? Growth hormones. Obviously, one of them is insulin. Obesity or fat, visceral fat, doesn't have to be obese. You could be skinny and have this on the inside. It releases insulin. It makes you more insulin resistant. This here, if you have this inside of your body, your cells are saying, insulin, I can't stand you. The problem is, this makes insulin secrete even more. And we all know that insulin is a growth hormone. And that is why, whenever you see visceral fat, there's always the risk of cancer increasing. I'll give you a list of them. How does visceral fat increase cancer? Okay, one of them is insulin, and the other one is estrogen. When, ladies, think about it for a minute. Women, you have more, naturally, you have more fat on your body. Well, you should have compared to a man. Right? Breast tissue, your hips. Okay? That's just normal. It's normal. And this attracts estrogen. Okay? Fat attracts estrogen. Well, that's all right. You're a woman. The problem is, estrogen makes things grow. Insulin makes things grow. Estrogen makes things grow. And let me give you the list of estrogen and insulin cancers. Colorectal, breast, obviously, ovarian, uterine, okay, endometrial, kidneys, liver, pancreas, stomach. You want to see all things, cancers today are on steroids. Meaning that we're not winning the war on cancer, we're losing the war on cancer. And one of the big factors is bad fat. Visceral fat. Fat around the organs. Okay? Hormones. They're attracted to this. Insulin, estrogen. Okay? Now the other thing that this does, okay? Again, showing you the 1 pound of fat. What does it do? it creates inflammation in the body. When your body has this inside of it, your body sort of sees this as an invader, a foreign invader. Okay? Your body sees it like, what's that doing inside of me? And one of its things that it does is it releases inflammation. It's like a protective mechanism. And you release, not to get too technical, but interleukin 1, interleukin 6, and growth factors, okay? Tumor necrosis, growth factor, they're increased. But just by the presence of this bad fat. Okay? So that's bad fat. What does it do? Hormones. Hormones. 2, inflammation. And inflammation is not Houdini. It just doesn't show up. There's a reason for it. This is one of the main reasons. Bad fat. Okay? So that's number 1. Now, I'm bringing to you a good fat. Okay? The statement by the FDA says, okay, approved by the FDA statement is this fat. Okay? Now remember, omega-3 fatty acids. Don't be confused by this because it's really important you get it. Okay? What I'm talking about and what the FDA is talking about is DHA fat and EPA fat. That, my friend, is only found in the animal kingdom. EPA and DHA are not in the plants. Now, there's omega-3 in plants. Okay? You can get omega-3 in plants. You can get hemp seed and whatever, seeds, and they have omega-3, but they don't have EPA nor DHA because they're only found in the animal kingdom. Why do you think I am such a proponent of animal foods? Okay? Why? Because it's good fat. And this will not make you fat. Okay? When you consume EPA, DHA, especially DHA, okay, because EPA is very good, but DHA is the superstar of omega-3 fatty acids. It's the superstar. And even the FDA agrees with that statement. It's the superstar. Now, why is this a good fat compared to what looks like similar fat, bad fat, visceral fat inside your body? Why is this so good for you? Okay? And because what fish oil does, or if you eat a steak, okay? If you eat a steak, remember, there's as much DHA, or even more, in steak than there is in fish. But that's all right. I like the capsule. Okay? I have fish every day. Every day I consume fish in a capsule. Okay? I prefer steak. But I take this every day. Now, listen to what, for the FDA to say this, I almost fell over. Okay? That we can say it's approved by the FDA. It's just unbelievable when you think that they only approve drugs. Okay? But they allow this statement on fish oil. Why? What is here that's not in here? Okay? What's in this capsule that's different in a fat compared to visceral fat? Okay? There's 3 or 4 things that really are important to understand. When you consume fish oil or DHA EPA, you are lowering triglycerides, proven fact. What have I told you? What is a dangerous fat inside your blood vessels that look like this? Triglycerides. When you eat sugar and crappy carbohydrates, you get this floating through, not only around your organs, but you get fat balls called triglycerides. They float through your blood vessels and damage your blood vessels. Triglycerides, it's normal. Everybody has triglycerides, but you don't want them to be high. And this, my friend, fish oil, DHA EPA, will decrease your triglycerides. Isn't that incredible? They'll actually lower. How can a fat lower fat balls? It's beautiful. Okay, so that's one. It'll lower your triglycerides. This will increase, your cholesterol. Oh, Dr. Martin, cholesterol's going up? You mean how can you have my cholesterol go up? Yes, EPA and DHA will increase your HDL. You're increasing your Amazon trucks, your FedEx trucks, your transport trucks inside of your blood vessels. And the higher your HDL is, high density lipoprotein, the higher that is, the more they hitch their wagons to this in your bloodstream, fat balls. You got it? The more trucks you have on the highways, the more they take those triglycerides and take them out of the bloodstream and bring them back inside the liver so that they can be processed. And they're showing that DHA and EPA, the higher the DHA, especially, will lower your fat balls, triglycerides, and increase your HDL cholesterol. Woohoo! Who knew? Who knew? That's very important on how this is a good fat for you. Fish oil in a capsule, or eating steak. Sun steak and steel. You think I was kidding? I wasn't kidding. I meant it. This is how you help your body. Even the FDA agrees will lower your risk of cardiovascular disease. The more your good fats are up and your bad fats are down, triglycerides, the better it is for your heart. Okay? This here, works the second way. Okay? We know what it does to lower triglycerides and increase HDL. Okay? Got it? Okay, good. The second thing, this on its own will lower, so I'm pointing to fish oil, will lower insulin resistance by 13%, just even without the change in your diet. Now listen, Linda and Larry, listen. You know me. Nothing outdoes a bad diet. So you know me, I always start with your diet. Please, start with food. When it comes to health, start with food. But I just got to tell you what has been approved as a statement. And research confirms it, that consuming DHA and EPA that are only found in the animal kingdom will lower your insulin resistance by 13% without dietary changes. Now, can you imagine what happens when you do this with dietary changes? It decreases insulin, okay? Insulin resistance. Now, the other thing that it does, it lowers all markers of inflammation, okay? Now, obviously, if it reduces insulin resistance, you're lowering markers of inflammation, because insulin resistance creates inflammation. But on its own again, they're showing that you will lower your CRP, C-reactive protein, by consuming fish oil or steak oil. You see the fat around the steak? Eat it. Why? It's got DHA. It's got EPA. Eat it. Don't avoid the fat. Don't get, Dr. Martin, I got skinless. Why do you do that? Chicken. At least put some skin on the bone, so to speak. Okay? Now, this is very, very, very anti-inflammatory. It lowers all markers of inflammation. Remember, inflammation is on your side till it's not. Inflammation is good. You got a cold. Oh, my head, my sinuses. I don't feel good. I got a sore throat. That's inflammation. It's the body's ambulance system. It's trying to kill the virus or the bacteria. Is that good? Yes, it's good. It hurts, but it's good. It's a good hurt. Okay? I always hated it when you take stuff to kill the pain in a way. Okay? Especially when you're fighting a bug. Because that's your body's way of heating up to kill a virus. When you get a fever, yeah, it's no fun, but your body's actually doing what it's supposed to do. Now, if that fever stays there, if that inflammation stays there, you know what happens? It starts to destroy blood vessels first. That's why cardiovascular disease, my friend, it's inflammation, but what starts inflammation? You see, it might be a bacteria or a virus, but the vast majority of the time it is insulin resistance. And it's a lack of oil. You know what, guys? I don't know anything about my car. I don't. I know how to put gas in it. I feel pretty good about that. You know, I know how to put where to put the gas in. But I leave the oil to where they change oil. Okay, I don't know anything about that. I mean, I just know my grandson's a mechanic. One of my grandsons, and he said, "Grandpa, you got to change the oil in your car." I said, "That's not just marketing, is it?" No, he said, "It's not marketing." He said, "Because after a while, your oil loses its viscosity. It's not protecting your engine." Okay. Go get your oil changed, Grandpa. Okay. I said, "You know what, grandson? I want to teach you something. It's the same thing in your body. You need good oil in your body to lubricate. to lower inflammation, which will damage your blood vessels and your cells. Guys, this is incredible. You have to understand there's good fat and bad fat. And you can eat bad fat too. Bad fats are fats that belong in your car and not your body. Do you know what I mean by those? Those are, they coined them. Listen how smart the marketing department is for food companies. Let's change the name of seed oils to vegetable oils, like Crisco. You think they're stupid? They're geniuses. They're marketing geniuses. They dupe the whole world. You go to the middle aisles of your grocery store and you will find all these oils. Canola oil and grapeseed oil and all these, they belong, my friend, in your car. You can bring them and put them in your car. They don't belong in the body. This kind of oil belongs in the body. Fat oil from the animal kingdom. There's no oil like it. Okay? When someone calls you fathead, you take it as a compliment. Because your fat in your brain is made up of this good oil. DHA, DHA, DHA. I like EPA too, but DHA, you know what I always say? Good, better, best? Well, good is seed, omega-3 from seeds, plant kingdom. I got no problem with that. They're good. Much better is EPA from fish or steak, okay? And ALA from dairy, very good. But the top is DHA because your brain is actually made of that fat. Don't you want more fat in your brain? Well, for sure you do. What this does inside of your body, it lubricates, it protects your blood vessels, it lowers inflammation, it lowers your risk of clotting. This lowers your risk of clotting. That's because blood gets so thick, it clots. And I'm a big guy on just drink water. It will thin your blood. You want a blood thinner? Drink water. Plus, DHA and EPA, it declots your blood. You don't want your blood clotting. And inflammation left unattended will damage your blood vessels. This is also an antioxidant. It protects your blood vessels. Anti-inflammatory, anti-clotting. And even the FDA lets you say it. Wow! I never thought I would see the day. I never thought I would see the day that would happen. But isn't that interesting, guys? Now you get it, right? You got it, I hope. The difference between bad fat inside your body, okay? See? And good fat inside your body. The difference between the two. Okay? You got the memo? I'm going to test you on this. Okay? That's what teachers do. They test. Okay? But I think if you get that, that is really important. Okay? Really, really, really important. Okay. Now. Okay, so we got a great week coming. We just come through question and answer Friday, but you know, we always look forward to it, don't we? I mean, I think we all do. I love it. It reminds me of my old radio station days when I had to rapid fire answer questions that came in by phone to the radio station. Okay. So anyway, oh, by the way, I didn't even tell you this. Let me just finish with this because there's some things that this does. And it came out of the Mayo Clinic. This lowers, that good fat will lower your blood. You know, we already know it lowers your triglycerides and elevates your HDL. The other thing that this does, okay? The other thing that this does is that it lowers your blood pressure. And it helps to lower blood sugar. Who knew? I mean, these are incredible. Okay? These are incredible. Love it. Okay. I hope you like the illustrations. I can't help myself. I'm an illustrator. That's how my brain works, okay? Okay, guys. We love you dearly, and we'll talk to you soon.